Hey, shalom, 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 Yahweh Hashem Yisabrakta. Before I get this lesson started, this report, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadosh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, whom I learned from, and shalom to the hopeful elect, taking its truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai, this your brother Adah. So there's a few things I want to cover in this. The UK is on the brink of civil war. The hypocrisy and the wickedness of these fucking Edomites, man. This dude right here, Legion of Men, white tea, whatever the fuck, he's got an Asian girlfriend. He's got a Moabite or an Ammonite for a fucking girlfriend. And he's super fucking, he's Edomite supremacist, right? Subtly. But he's always making sure he posts shit where if Jake gets caught doing something right, he wants to focus on that, but he don't want to talk about he's that type. He don't want to talk about the Epstein files. Look at the hypocrisy of this fucker. And this shows you, there's one dude that speaks, for Catholicism with the shit that's happening in fucking the UK, whatever it is, prophecy tells you what's going to happen. First, 15, second Ezra 15, second Ezra 16. Was that Matthew 24? This is all about to get crazy. But listen to some of this shit.
Welcome back, tribe. We have an interesting episode here. It's talking about the massive degradation in the UK. Another public tragedy has struck again. Henry Nowak's case was the first one that went viral in a while, and it's gotten the country lit up and honestly in disarray at the amount of people protesting. The streets are in chaos. It's actually causing quite a bit of social unrest in the UK. And then in Belfast, there's this image that I want to just show you real quick. So Henry Nowak's case is here on the left. All of this is all censored out. You can't see anything, but it's blurred out. There was an event. Yet again, a third world migrant was attempting to, and I don't know if he successfully did actually.
See, and they always use all these words. There's always a criminalization. There's always an accusation that comes out of the mouth of the devil, who is the accuser of the brethren, and he is also the accuser of creation. He's the accuser of order. He's the accuser of what do you call the vegetation? Because everything has to be. There's something wrong with everything, and Esau, the so-called white man, he has to fix it. He has to correct it. He has to put his name on it. He has to change the GMO. He has to change the genetic structure, rename it so then it becomes his and then it's good. He's got to put you in a category, right? Let's get that real quick. Categorist. Revelation. What is it? Let me just do this. Accuser. Let me see if that will pull it up. Yep, that's what I was looking for. Revelation 12:10. Okay, let's get the linear. Let's look at this word. I believe it's the Greek word categorist or categoreo, accused. Let me see, accuser. Where are you at, accuser? Boom. Okay, let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. Accuser. All right, so accuser. Look.
Strong's G 2723. Categareo.
Sounds like category, right? Because that's where we get our word. So look, to accuse before a judge, to make an accusation of an extrajudicial accusation. And when you go into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and you see how they write their laws, talking about the law of justice is their strength. The law of justice is not the law of Moses. The law of justice is Esau, the so-called white man's pseudoscience / religious / global worldview that lines up with his recategorizing of everyone, placing himself up on the top by calling himself white, and then accusing everybody underneath that title. That's what this is all about, bro. Okay, these fucking people think they're just naturally righteous. Let me see what this one is.
Strong's G 2725. Kategeras. Kategeras.
And we go here. An accuser, a name given to the devil by the rabbis. Okay, well, no, not the rabbis, by the Hebrew Israelites. And it's talking about Esau, Edom, the serpent, the seven-headed dragon, the red seven-headed dragon, the rider on the red horse. Those are all, he came out red like a hairy garment when he was born, okay? It's all talking about the so-called white man. So we see that he's a categorist, and look, what is this dude doing? He's saying third. So see, and I don't even know if this is genuinely, the dude looks like he's posing in a picture. Could be. It could be. I don't even know if it's organic. It could be a fucking false flag. Either way, the so-called white man is the reason for so much bloodshed all over the earth. And because one fucking white boy gets his head cut off, oh, it's the end of the world, right? It's not cool. But then it's also you reap what you sow, right? They dropped an atomic bomb on Japan and killed 250,000 Japanese people. That's cool, right? Then they fucking, what's the word? They sensationalize it by making all kinds of movies and telling you, Slovakia really quick, I had to blow my nose. They sensationalize themselves. I mean, that's what Hollywood has done with the, with white Jesus and every Bible movie with, white people that have British accents. All Hollywood did was just glorify the image of the so-called white man. According to this hero type, this soft, nice, safe, gentle man image, he's always the hero in all the movies, right? I mean, they blew up their own buildings in 9/11, and how many movies came out of Hollywood demonizing Ishmael, the Middle Eastern guys, the Western Asian men, right? And when it comes to find out, it was all Edomite men that did that shit. Right? That's just one. It's just endless with these fucking people. Look at this shit really quick. I don't want to be too long on this. This guy fucking pisses me off.
Actually end up not totally severing, this kid said. Not kid, it's a man, excuse me. What am I even saying? There's a migrant trying to behead a man in the streets in broad daylight in Belfast. So this is some of the responses to that video literally right now. So we'll just start with this one.
My friends.
Now this is a Catholic Edomite man. This is a supposedly, he's supposed to be the image of Christianity. And what have they told us by using Renaissance Western Christianity? You got to love your enemy, right? You got to love your master. You got to love your enemy. You got to forgive, right? They told us that during slavery. Yahushua, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus, did say you have to love your enemy, but when you read the correct context of that writing, he was speaking to Hebrew Israelites about loving and forgiving other Hebrew Israelites. He was not telling the Hebrew Israelites to love the Edomites in Rome. He wasn't telling the Hebrew Israelites to love the fucking Philistines or any other nation that they have been fighting this whole time. That's not what Yahushua was doing. And so it's a misunderstanding when people take Yahushua's words out of context. Nowhere have we ever seen the so-called white man ever show love for any of his enemies. He's been at war all over the fucking planet Earth. He brags about his military power. They brag about their guns, right? Because Esau was given the blessing of the sword. That's in Genesis. He's given, and by his sword he shall live. And Yahushua told Peter, those who live by the sword shall die by the sword. And when you connect those two precepts together, you realize there is a difference for us Hebrew Israelites, and there's a difference for the Edomites. So right now, they're able to live by their sword, but they're also going to die by it. Okay? So this fucking Edomite man, he's even got his religious garb on. Listen to what comes out this fucking faggot's mouth. And you tell me, if a so-called black Christian man, I'm not talking about Hebrew Israelites. I'm talking about if a quote-unquote black Christian man spoke like this, it would be on the fucking news, bro. So this is the truth about what these fucking people are. Look at it. Listen to what he says.
North and south, orange and green. The days of the old rivalries are over. And if you cannot get that into your head, you may pack up and go to England and live in a country that's about to fall to the invaders. This is Belfast, not Bromley. We do not tolerate these type of attacks on our people, Catholic or Protestant.
Hold on. You're supposed to turn your cheek. White, you said white Jesus said you got to turn your cheek. You said white Jesus says you're supposed to love your enemy. Did they not say that? You said white Jesus says you're supposed to obey your master. Didn't you teach the Hebrew slaves that you renamed as African American and black? You said that. You told the Native Americans they were supposed to love you and forgive you and serve you. Watch.
I tell you, last night, many men, Protestant men from the Shankill Road area, went over the peace line to stand with the good people of the New Lodge. Catholics and Protestants, orange and green, must unite if we have to see this threat off. I'm a chaplain in the Knights Templar Order. This is our flag here. It's my British flag here. But I'll be happy to stand with any Roman Catholic person, north, south, east or west, in solidarity against these attacks in our community. We're built different here. We're built different.
So white Renaissance Western Christianity, Catholicism, it's okay, according to this white man, this fucking Edomite here, and this dude's listening to this shit, right? He put it on his page because he agrees with it. This is what Christianity has always truly been, you guys. The truth about that version of the Bible, which is all fucked up because it's not what Scripture actually says, right? They don't teach who the Edomites are. They're the Edomites. That's why they renamed themselves white, and they're operating under an alias, and then they're twisting the scriptures, removing the Apocrypha, right? Renaming us as black, African, Mexican, Latino, Native American, when we're the Hebrew Israelites. And then there's a portion of their group, the Amalekites, and those are the people that they say are Jews. And they're Amalek. So it's okay to be a white Christian and talk shit about other nations of people, and it's okay to be a white Christian or Catholic and violently attack someone when they attack you, yet they told the whole fucking world you have to love your enemy and forgive.
In this country, both communities here have fought, bled and died for hundreds and hundreds of years over this land. We love this land. We have bled for it. We have died for it. What are we doing? Sitting here watching people come to our country to murder our people. Jim Dawson here.
And that's exactly what they did through colonization. That's what they did.
The Knights Templar.
That's crazy, isn't
They
it?
called it Manifest Destiny. That was their version when the scripture said Esau, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That's what the scriptures say. The Bible says, see, they don't call themselves the wicked. They rename prophecy, precepts and prophecy. They say, oh, this is Manifest Destiny. Well, the Bible says the earth has been given in the hands of the wicked. See how it sounds different? Job, that's Job 9:24. And who is the wicked? Malachi 1:3 and 4. Esau is the wicked. They shall call them the border of wickedness. The people who the Most High, Yahweh, has indignation with forever. See, that's what they don't want you to know that part. They just want you to think that the Most High looks like them. The earth is given in hands of the wicked, and he covers the faces of the judges. That's what they did during Renaissance. They told you that Yahweh looks like them, and that because they are white, they are also in rulership because they're white. Is that what the Bible says? The Bible tells you that 4 beast systems would rule the earth. That's in the book of Daniel. Those beast systems are races of people. That 4th beast system is them. They're called a beast system. They're not good people.
This is now the rhetoric that is public that used to get
So now you're going to get all these other Edomites getting all puffy, with their fucking goofy accents, all puffed up. This guy's got tats. He's all buff. Motherfucker will get knocked out. Come on, let's go, right? Look.
arrested, or even just 10 years ago, unthinkable that this is what people would be saying.
I got to get something really fast real quick. Let's see if I can get it.
Mike Epps' White Children.
You're out of here. Before I play it, copyright. This is for educational purposes only. I do not have a monetized station. Copyright. This is fair use. Okay, I'm not getting paid off this. My channel is not monetized. This is for educational purposes. So you're out of here, buddy.
Oh man, it's crazy out here, man. White people, I feel sorry for y'all. Y'all kids will kill y'all in a motherfucking minute. Timmy, you're grounded and you're dead, mom, bitch. You're fucking out of here, man.
Out of here.
That's how they always do their leg and their foot. You're fucking dead, mom. You're dead. Fucking dad is dead, man. Timmy, what's the problem? You're the fucking problem. You're the problem. Dad's the fucking problem. I told you I want my fucking skateboard out the shop, bitch!
Mike is crazy. So, just to be funny, okay? So look, let's get back to this. Get back to seriousness. So,
For quality you'll love and
This is what people would be saying.
so it's okay for Edomites, for white people to be Christians, and they gotta defend themselves from the bad people of the world. They don't have to love. They don't have to forgive their enemies. They don't have to love their enemies. They told that to you, and it was taken out of context because they have never displayed love for anybody.
These dirty third world
These dirty third world sounds like fat bastard. Get in my belly. Get in my belly. Dirty.
slaughtering our people. And I'm going to say, I'll repeat myself, raping our children and women, attacking our people on a daily.
They're raping their own children in the Epstein files. Shut the fuck up. Nobody's. Oh my God! Look, hold on, real quick. Now we gotta get it. Look at the stats on the sexual predators. Let me see. White male stats. Sex offenses. Let's see if it pulls it up. They're trying to stop it. Look. I mean, that's one of them. National statistics indicate that approximately 57% of individuals who perpetrate sexual violence are white. The vast majority of sexual abuse offenders are men. Recent demographic tracking shows that approximately 55 to 57 of convicted federal sexual abuse offenders are white. They lead this shit. They lead it in child pornography. They lead it in rape. They lead it in incest. It's fucking disgusting, bro. No one is even close to them, bro. And these stats, travel for prohibited sexual contact. Over 52% of offenders traveling for prohibited sexual contact are white. That number is higher because they have the money. And these are the low level Edomites. Okay, so this ongoing bullshit that they look at this one. This ongoing bullshit that they say that offender. These numbers are also skewed because they're higher than what they're 57 were white offenders and offense characteristics. 93% of sexual abuse offenders are men. 57.5 are white. That's all you need to fucking know, bro. Everything else is divided. Let me see. There's another one that talks about their fucking child pornography. Let me see. They're trying to throw Native Americans in here. I don't believe it. Okay, right here. 74% of offenders in cases involving production of child pornography were white. And that's here. You can best believe that the numbers are higher. That's all you need to see. That's all you need to see. There's no comparison, bro. There's no fucking comparison. So this piece of shit, we got to save our women and children. No one's fucking with your women and children. Your women are willfully coming over to the dark side, the melanated side. They want to be with brown and black men. We don't got to rape white women. They're coming to us, bro. It's all a fucking lie, dude.
Raping our children and women, attacking our people on a daily basis. Yeah? Can you not see through this?
And the fact that these fuckers can let this guy scream this shows you how emotional and how mentally skewed Esau is. They gotta grab at anything to justify why they want to do what they do. They have no conscience. They know that they're the fucking sexual predators of the universe. And yet they're gonna sit there and say that you guys are raping their children. Shut the front door.
Madness now. This ain't nothing to do with the people coming in on the boats. The third world dirty bastards anyway. They're not like us. It's our establishment, our government allowing them in. To fucking...
And now you're going to hear that from that point on, our government allowed them in. Well, what's the government made up of? Edomite men and women, right? This asshole to the right, he's also going to say the same thing. They're going to talk shit about us and the other heathen nations, and then they're going to acknowledge in the same breath that the rulership, which is their people, are behind all of this. Watch this shit, you guys.
Get up to no good, to wind us up. Where are they going to throw them first? Who's been down in fucking history for being absolutely nuts? Yeah? And I mean that with every respect. The Irish. Let's flood them with it first. Let's wind them up. Let's set them off. They'll get it started. And then you flooded Scotland. Scotland is the migrant capital of the fucking world right now. They're going to go next. I always thought it was going to be a different order. But now the way I look at it, it's going to be Ireland, Scotland, England and Wales because we're left with no fucking choice. How can we wind them up? How can we cause civil war? By putting a load of fucking murdering migrant bastards into their countries, flooding them with the bastards. They'll attack the kids and women and men. They'll do a good job of it and wind them all up. England, Ireland, Scotland, in Wales. We need to unite. We need to stay connected.
See, they're telling you right there too. So listen to this. They're talking about civil war. They're talking about race war, and they are divided amongst themselves, just like they are divided over here in America. The white people, the Edomites in America, are also divided over here. Why? They're divided by class. They're divided by religion. They're divided by social beliefs. Look. What does the precepts say? How this is glorious. Knowing the precepts, a house divided. Let's get Yahushua saying it. A house divided. A race, a family. A house divided cannot stand. Okay? A house divided. Look. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. When you're talking about a family tree, a seed line, how does that start? It starts with a man and his wives, and then the offspring, the children, the sons and the daughters become a house. Isaac had 12, Salakia. Isaac had Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons. Those 12 sons became 12 tribes. Those 12 tribes became the nation of Israel, the house of Jacob. It's a house. Esau has a house. And within his house, he has sons, and those sons are tribes. Elam, or not, Salaki, not Elam, Amalek, and Teman. Teman are the Germans. Amalek is, and then you got all the Goss, and you got all these names. Those are the tribes inside the house of Esau. Let's get another one. A house divided cannot stand. I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and that's talking about today, because the so-called white man is the modern day Pharaoh. He is the modern day Egyptian. The word Egypt goes back to, it's synonymous with house of bondage. And America is the highest, most pinnacle peak on the mountain of Esau out of all the whites, all the Edomites. And how was America established? It was established in slavery using the same Hebrew Israelites. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. White on white crime is the biggest kept secret in the universe. These motherfuckers kill each other, dude. They just don't talk about it the way they talk about it when the fucking 2/3 does it in fucking Chicago. They kill each other way more, you guys. What do you think? How many people died? How many people died?
Around 15 to 22 million people died during World War I. This included between 9 and 11 million military personnel and about 6 to 13 million civilians.
Watch, I'm gonna
An
ask you-
additional 21 million people were wounded. The Allied powers lost about 5.4 million, while the Central powers lost around 4 million.
That was all white people, you guys. That was white people killing white people.
World War II resulted in an estimated 70 to 85 million deaths, which included about 50 to 55 million civilians and 21 to 25 million military personnel. The Soviet Union and China had the highest number of deaths, with the Soviet Union experiencing 20 to 27 million deaths, and China around 20 million.
Okay, so some Moabites died. Moab is China, and the rest was the majority of who? It was all Edomites with Hebrew Israelites, us, because they put us in their wars and they treat us like shit. Those are all fucking white. These are the majority of these deaths are fucking so-called white men killing each other because of higher ranking, more elite white men causing the war. They are the highest bloodshedders on fucking planet Earth, and fucking they operate in deception, dude. Listen to this motherfucker rant. So listen, out of his own mouth, right? He's from the abundance of a man's heart, his mouth speaks. Listen to what he's saying. He's talking shit about other races. He's talking shit about his own. He's showing you that his own people are divided, and then they're talking shit about their rulership, their own, because they're not under a so-called black male or a brown male ruler. They're under their own race that's ruling them. Listen to what he says.
Because the establishment by putting a load of fucking murdering migrant bastards into their countries, flooding them with the bastards. They'll attack the kids and women and men. They'll do a good job of it and wind them all up. England, Ireland, Scotland, in Wales. We need to unite. We need to stay.
Because they're fucking divided. Just like they're divided over here, and the white people in America were first originally a part of them, and they got in a war with them, and they came over here and fucking did the bullshit they did over here. This is all they've ever been doing, you guys. But they want to tell you that nigglets do dumb shit. But they want to make it sound like only black people kill each other. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Connected because the establishment, the traitor bastards they are, compromised, corrupt governments. You murder.
See, he just called out the headship of his race. The government, the corrupt government are white people, Edomites. See the guy on the right? He's not disagreeing with him. Watch what he's about to say.
Bastards.
You feel the energy? Do you feel it?
Now, I was very reserved in my last video, not so much this one, because it's getting serious traction, and rightfully so. First things first, I don't know the condition of the man in Belfast. I hope he's okay. It's not looking good. There's so many reports that he's in critical condition, he's dead, his eyes have been gouged out. None of those things are surprising if you've seen the video. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting what he did. He absolutely destroyed him. An attempted beheading is what it was. So don't let the media tell you it was a stabbing incident or blah, blah, blah. It was attempted beheading. Civil war is coming.
Do you see the rhetoric? Do you hear the rhetoric? Do you see what's going on? I told you guys, look, the migrants are just one piece of the puzzle. The actual overlords that are engineering this entire...
So listen to what these fuckers are saying, bro. He's got some decent insight as far as what's going on and who's behind it, yet they're still hateful towards us, right? They're still divided and understand that the rulership, the people that are in rulership, which are their people, their race, they're the ones that are also doing all this shit. See, so what do you see in all this? They have no prophetic understanding. Why? Because they're an ungodly, wicked seed. They have a carnal understanding, and on some levels it's decent, but they have no answer, bro. They have no understanding that Yahweh Shai is going to come and subdue the earth. They have no understanding on how to rule the earth and get everything in order. They just want to be on top. You don't get to be on top for fucking ever. The scriptures tell you that the Most High picked out specific nations to rule at specific times, and once each nation was done, according to the measure the Most High gave to that nation, when the next nation was up for bat, that nation would rule and the other nation would fall. Nobody gets to rule forever except for Yahushua, except for Jacob. And Jacob would have to be slaves to everybody in the beginning for the transgressions that we committed against our husband, the Most High Yahushua. And then as he was chastising us during all these rulerships, everybody has been able to view all the rulerships that ruled without the law, statute, commandments. They ruled without acknowledging the Most High or his Son. And as a result of them having that left-handed wisdom, they were unable to prosper in the earth. And we were all shown how not to rule. Their rulership is fucking over, bro, but they want to stay on the throne forever. And it's not going to work that way, because the Most High said Esau is the end of the world. They are at the end of their age. Their way of ruling, their way of global worldview, their so-called white opinions on everything, that shit's over, bro. Their mental perception of how the earth is supposed to be, and their mental perception of all the other races and what they think about those, that shit's over, bro. They don't get to continue in what they've been in. There was a measurement that they were given, and now it's over. 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. They're done, bro. It's Yahushua. Yahushua is the star that rises out of Jacob. The star out of Jacob. Look, it's in Numbers. Okay, I see him. This is talking about Yahushua. This is Numbers 24:17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Seth. Look, verse 18, and Edom shall be a possession. Not only are they going to lose their rulership, they're going to be our fucking slaves, because that is balance. They have to be our possession for 1,000 years because we were their possession for so fucking long. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. It's talking about Mount Seir. So Edom and Mount Seir, it's the same. It's talking about the same race, the same group of, the same house. When you go into Obadiah, see, this is where these fucking Edomites start to get their asses beat, because they don't agree with prophecy. They think they're supposed to be on fucking rulership forever. They really think the earth belongs to them. They think everybody else is supposed to be under them, and they really do believe that they have a God complex, you guys. This is Obadiah, verse 1. I'm going to read it down. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord the Most High concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us arise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. The Edomites on the planet Earth, they're only about 7% of the population, you guys. And out of that 7%, there's only 1% that are in rulership. They're a tiny, minute group of people that the Most High has allowed to rule the earth. And that's the other thing, too. They never give glory to God. They never give glory to Yahweh Yahushua for their accomplishments. They always say, we did it, me. No, dude, you were put in that position. Number 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Everybody is turning against Esau. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. And that's all you hear these guys. They're just proud as fuck. Everything's about them. Nobody else matters. They're not sorry for anything they've done. They think they've done everything great. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that's Mount Seir. That's Basra, that's Mount Seir, that's fucking Petra, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? They think they're going to rule forever. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and we know that the eagle is their national bird and symbol, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, they got all the satellites up there in the atmosphere, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Look, jump down to 18. Look, bro, this whole book is about them. It's only one page. The house, there goes that word house again. Verse 18, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph. So that's the northern and southern kingdom. That's the Negroes, and then that's the Latinos and Native Americans coming back together. Ezekiel 37, Ezekiel 36, read it. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. That's why this race war is coming. That's why civil war is coming. That's why they are divided amongst themselves, because Yahushua is coming back to subdue the earth, and they're not going to win World War III. They don't continue. A lot of 2/3 wicked Israelites of our people are going to die. They need to die. They're fucking lame as shit. They won't repent. They got to be destroyed. We don't give a fuck about that. But dude, Esau's going to die too. They're not winning. They're not going to stay in rulership. It's over for them. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Yahweh Tazabawathka has spoken it. You can't change prophecy. You can't change prophecy.
Unrest are the traitorous governments. We have rigged elections. We don't have a real...
Now listen to what he's saying. They're talking shit about us. They're talking shit about the heathen. They're confessing that they're divided, and they're talking about how fucked up their government is. There's no hope for them, you guys. All they have left is their sword, and they're going to resort to their sword, and they're going to fail. But out of their own mouth, you can judge them according to prophecy, because he has not mentioned Yahushua once yet. No one has. They haven't mentioned Yahweh not once yet. They haven't mentioned any precepts, but they're aware of how fucked up their state is in the earth, and they have no answer other than going to use their sword. He shall, just like it says in Genesis, they shall live by their sword, you guys. They were never God's people. The Catholicism and the Christianity, it was all a covering. It was a cloak. Just like when they go hunting and when they wear camouflage clothing and they paint their faces and they squirt deer piss or bear piss on them, and they have those little whistles that make fucking doe noises and duck calling noises, and they draw the animals to them so they can fucking catch them in the net, hit them with a fucking blow dart, or shoot them from up in the tree. That is all Christian. That was what Christianity was for the so-called white man. It was a net for the world to put a white image of the so-called white man. It was to put a white image of God in the minds of the people, and now it's all being stripped away.
Government in the United States here, for example, our LA mayoral race shows you that it is all fake. The guy that was supposed to win or make it to the second round was Spencer Pratt. This was a guy that was famous, years ago on, I think, the OC or whatever. He was just one of these like TV douchebags, whatever. Anyways, Los Angeles is in such a dire state that they're having elections right now. This guy was one of the candidates running, and he was in a second place. And in Los Angeles, you need to be in the top two races to advance to the next round. In the top two places, excuse me. He, before mail-in ballots, was going to cruise through the second round easily and most likely win at debates versus the incumbent. What ends up happening is insane amounts of mail-in ballots start flooding in, and the results are so lopsided. It is quite honestly like mathematically impossible for this to happen. He drops down to third place. The third place candidate that nobody knows who they are. They're completely useless. Ran a horrible campaign. Didn't even win their own district that their home is based in. And absolutely shot up into second place. And now the race is going to be between two chosen, essentially, Democrats. And the outsider, Spencer Pratt, the one that was trying to change LA for the better and make it into what it used to be before Democrats went crazy and radical left, he got elbowed out. He got elbowed out just like everybody else gets elbowed out in all of these countries. In Germany, the AfD, they're trying to ban them, elbow them out. A lot of party members died randomly. Marie Le Pen, they're trying to arrest her on campaign finance reform issues and corruption, whatever it is that they're making up.
Did you hear everything he's saying? And who is doing everything he's saying? It can only be one race of people. His own fucking house. It's his own goddamn race of people that's doing all this shit. Yet, they still want to talk shit about us. They still want us to be on the bottom. And they want their portion, right? They want their... The Edomites in Europe want their... You know how like people say here in America pre-COVID, how America was? It was a goddamn Disneyland. Everybody was fucking and sucking and happy and making money, and everybody was deceived, you know, with the lie of the American dream, because nobody understood. There were some people that knew, the prophets knew, but most people were deceived by Hollywood. Hollywood was pumping out banger movies every fucking week. You guys, I mean, every goddamn week, every month, there was a banger movie. There was banger albums being dropped by all the fucking artists. But what was that system? Hollywood and the music industry is connected to the same group of people who are in the government and the news and the media, right? And all of the bread and circus, Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, motherfucking New Year's, okay, football, baseball, basketball. You got all of this fucking shit going on. Then you had you got your drugs and your alcohol. Then you got the nightclubs and the titty bars. You got OnlyFans and pornography. You got Christian church and hunting and fishing. All of these fucking recreational. It was non-stop pleasure and entertainment. Meanwhile, the top 1% wicked elite were moving towards their plan, as so were the prophets on the right hand, chanting down this entire time, GMS, chanting down, speaking the 100% truth, nobody taking them seriously, and then fucking COVID hits, right? And ever since then, everything, literally every fucking month, there's a new shift, there's a new shift, there's a new shift, and now we're what, 6 years after COVID, and shit's only getting worse. Now everybody's eyes are opened on a carnal level. They still don't know the prophecies. They still don't know precepts, but they realize fucking America ain't the same. And so you have the low-level Edomites in America complaining because they want their America back, and you got the low-level Edomites in the UK complaining because they want their UK back. And the white people in America and the white people in the UK, they hate, or they're divided amongst themselves. And some of them, they understand what we're going through. A lot of them hate us, but they also see what their fucking people are doing. And this is what this guy's saying, bro. He's acknowledging that their own people are fucking up shit. So then what's the complaint? What's the solution? Notice how they never say the true Hebrew Israelites, Yahushua needs to rule, and they got to be punished. They never say what prophecy says, bro. They just want to get everything fixed, right? They want to get all the bad politicians, the bad rulers out the way. They want to put all the other black and brown people back in their place, and they want to continue in their perceived position of rulership where everything was peaceful for them. That's not what's going to fucking happen. And they're not worthy of that, bro. It's over for these fucking assholes, man.
In Romania, they nullified an entire election where the guy in first place was ultra popular with the people and then didn't allow him to rerun in the next election. They literally annulled his victory, took him out, and then made them run again. And then some guy is a EU shill that is now running that country. This happens over and over again.
And this is the hypocrisy of these fucking people. They want to complain. They want to complain about Jake. And Jake will be dealt with according to what... And when I say Jake, I'm talking about the 2/3 of our people. The fucking Niglets and the Spiglets and the fucking NWs. They're going to be dealt with. We are in agreement with that. But we are in agreement from the position of prophecy. Not what these fucking assholes say. These motherfuckers see that their whole house is caving in. all of their rulers, all of their leaders, their princes are completely fucking compromised and wicked and evil, and they see that, but they're only mad because of fucking. They're only mad because they want their fucking. They want their fucking. What you call it? They want their America back. It's got nothing to do with Yahweh Shai or the Most High, which proves that these people were never fucking. They were never fucking Christians in the first place. They were never truly God's people. That was Renaissance Western Christianity was all about them putting a mask on so they could take over the fucking earth. They don't give a fuck about white Jesus. They want their rulership back. Just like the Jewish people, the Amalekites, never talk about God. All they talk about is anti-Semitism. They never talk about their God, though. We're the chosen people. We're the chosen people. And every time you disagree with us, you're being anti-Semitic, anti-Semitism. When do they ever talk about God, though? Exactly, bro. The truth of this entire fucking race is coming out, and there's no answer for them. And they don't get to continue ruling. It's fucking over for these motherfuckers, bro. Man, bro, fuck these motherfuckers, bro. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone of whom I learned from. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.